Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, we will design a login UI. So let's get started. This is the UI design which we will implement. I will share this Figma link so that you can easily understand what to design, and also you can get various resources from there like color, icon, sizes, etc. First of all, let's understand what are the UI components here in user's perspective. It will really help you understand to determine which composables we have to use or how we will design the whole UI. This is something where user will click and will go back. This is the welcome message. This is login instruction text, then the label text, then it is input field for email, then label for password. It is input field for password. This is the link to reset the password. This is the sign in button. These are the various social media login buttons. This is the message text, and this is the link to sign up. Now let's find what are the various UI components in developer's perspective. So basically this is an icon, but user will click it, so it must be an icon button. This is a message or text, that means just a text composable. Login instruction, that means that this is also a text. Then the label, it is also the text. It is the input field, that means it is a text field. Then this label also text. This password input field is a text field. This is a link to reset password, that means it is a text but user will click it, that means it is a text button. It is a simple button. And these social login buttons, I don't know what they will be, so I have to discover this. Then this is just a normal text, and here user will click, that means again this is a text button. So guys, we know what are the various composables we have to use, but still we have to find how they will be arranged. So let's find those. For that, I will mark the UI components as wireframe blocks. It will help us to understand what will be the various containers to arrange the composables properly as in the design. So let's do it. So it is very clear that the UI components are arranged in vertical manner. So basically we have to use a column in root level, And also these social media login buttons will be arranged horizontally. So here we have to use a row, and also we have to use a row here. So this will be a column. Also notice that there are various gaps, that means spaces. For that we have to use many spaces. Here is one, here is a space, here is also will be space, here, and also we have to use spaces between the social media buttons, then here. Yes, so we have to use a root level column, then various composables along with rows and spacers. So guys, this is the detailed wireframe which we will follow. So guys, I have already created a project and upgraded it to Jetpack Compose version 1.1.1 and Kotlin version 1.6.10. So as per our previous discussion and the overall understanding from the wireframe, we have to create a root level column. Just for my understanding, I will give it a color so that I can understand its size and placement. I will use the background modifier. Let's say I want the red. So you can see our column takes the whole screen size. So I will make it just a white. Maybe you are thinking why the column takes the whole screen. We have not mentioned the width or height. Actually, when you will put a composable directly inside a surface, it will automatically take the maximum possible size. In the wireframe or design, we can see a uniform gap or padding in each side. For that, we have to mention a padding value in the column. Let's say we want 24 dp. Let's refactor it so that it will be clear for reading. Our first UI component is icon button. So this is our icon button, but I don't think the size is okay. Let's give it a size. Let's say the 32 dp. Yes, right now the size seems okay. The size may be okay, but the positioning is not okay because the icon button takes extra size to show the ripple effect. Let's put the other UI components, then we will come back in future to correct the placement. Our next visible UI component is this welcome back text. See, this is black, bold and little bit bigger in size. So give the color black. Font weight bold. Font size maybe 24 dp. Let's see. Yes, it seems okay. Now let's put the spacer. Yes, it seems okay. Now our next UI component is sign in to continue text. This text is in light gray, little bit smaller. So give the color light gray. Font size may be 12.sp. Yes, it seems okay, but I think it's very light gray. Let's give it just gray. Yes, right now it's perfectly okay, but our icon button placement is little bit wrong and seems very bad right now, so let's correct it. How we can do this? Can we use a padding? If we give a padding, then I think the padding may be in negative. Let's have a try. But if we need padding, then only left side is needed. I think the padding value may be -12.dp. It says wrap unary operator value with parenthesis. Okay, no problem. Oops, our app crashed maybe. Let's see what happens. Lots of error messages are there. Let's try again. It says that padding must be non-negative. Okay, in this scenario we cannot use the padding, so I think we can use the offset maybe. I think this will be a better choice. Yes, the offset is working fine, but positioning is still not okay. I think let us give it 18 maybe. Yes, right now the icon button positioning is best. Perfect. Next, move to the next UI. So the next UI component is this username label, but before that there is a space. Also you can see this text and this text are similar in style. So what I will do is I will just copy this for here and I will copy this spacer as well. Let's see what is the text. Okay, it's username. Yes, it seems okay. Our next UI component is this text field for email. Here it needs a value. We will use a mutable state. Yes, this is the text field, but its style and size are not okay. First of all, let's correct the size. It should fill the maximum possible space in width. Yes, right now the size is okay, but we have to clear the background. This color is the background color. So background color, I will give it a transparent color because our root level column has already a white color. Yes, the background color is okay right now. But the cursor color and the indicator color is not okay according to our UI. Let's see what should be the colors for our cursor and indicator. I think the main color of this UI may be from this button. So I will take the color from here. Yes, right now the cursor color and indicator color is okay. But I think this email field should have a placeholder as well. Let's have it. Yes, our placeholder and text field both are working fine. So let's move to the next UI. Our next UI is the password label and password text field. I think this label similar to this one and this text field should be similar to this. So let's copy this both and we will paste it here. We have to use another variable for it. And have to update these fields. and this label will be password. Let's see. Yes, the field is okay, but we have to change the placeholder, and also we have to have a gap or a spacer. First of all, let's put a spacer. I will copy this spacer and we'll put here. The space is, I think, 48 dp maybe. Yes, right now it seems okay, but the gap is a little bit more than the design, I think. Yes, so I think the gap should be 32. Yes, the gap is okay right now. But our password field should be obscured by bullet points or the asterisk. That means our password field must be hidden. To obscure the password, we will use the keyboard option. So you can see the keyboard type password we can use. Let's see. By means of using keyboard type, we are only mentioning what type of keyboard we need. It will not obscure the text. For that, we have to use the visual transformation. Yes, it's working perfectly okay. Our next UI component is this forget your password, and I think this is the text button. Yes, this is the text button, but its positioning and style is not okay. First of all, let's style it properly. So the style seems near to okay, but still let's see, is it really okay or not. This is not bold, I think, but here it seems to be bold. So let's mention the weight as well. Yes, it seems okay, but font size is little bit smaller here. Let's use the 12 sp maybe. Yes, right now it seems okay. Yes, it is okay right now, but now I want to place it properly. So this text button is directly inside the column, and I need this text button to be in the right side. That means this text button's alignment will be right or in the end. So I will use a modifier for that. There are nothing like left or right, we can use the end one. Let's see. Yes, its positioning and style is perfectly okay. Now let's move to the next UI. So our next UI component is this button. The string is the sign in. So this is our button. I think its size and style are not okay. So let's correct it. This button will take the full width. So we will use the fill max width. And the button color also will be this one. The button's foreground color is white. Yes, it seems okay in terms of color and width, but let me check the height as well. I think the height will be little bit more here, so let's mention the height. I think 40.dp maybe. Yes, the height seems okay, but the font size is not okay. I think it will be a little bit smaller. Yes, right now our button is perfectly fine. So next move to the next UI component. Before going to the next UI, we have to set the space here. So let's have it. I will copy this spacer. I think this will be at least 48 dp. Let's have a try. Let's check the gap. It will be little bit larger, so I think 56 maybe. Yes, this seems okay. Go to the next UI component. So our next UI component is this social media login buttons. Okay, so let's think about the social media login buttons. These are circular, so we can achieve this by circle shape. Inside this we can use text for Facebook and icons for the others. So there will be two type of contents, text and image. So the circular shape must be a container, but it will contain only one child. So row or column will not be needed. What's about a box? Let's have a try. I think the size is little bit bigger than the design. Let's make it 80. Yes, it seems okay. Let me refactor it little bit. But the shape will be circular. So Let me use the clip modifier. Yes, it seems okay. I think the size will be little bit less maybe. Yes, it's fine. So inside this we will have a text. But this F seems to be bold, and size also will be little bit bigger. The text will be in the center, so I have to use the content alignment. Seems okay, but the text is larger. Let's make it 40 maybe. No, 48. Yes, it's perfectly fine. So this way we discovered what the UI component can be used for our social media login button. But right now it is not clickable. We have not used any clickable modifier. Let's use this. Yes, it's working fine, and also you can see the ripple effect working fine inside this circle shape. So we have 3 social media buttons, so let me just copy this. These 3 buttons will be in horizontal arrangement, so I have to use a row. Yes, it's okay, but we need spaces between these buttons, and also togetherly these buttons will be in center. So first of all, let the row in the center. within the column. Yes, it's okay. Right now let's have this buttons proper style. Here we have to use the Twitter icon. So I have already downloaded the Twitter icon and Google icon. Let me copy those. Just rename it. So here we have to use the image. The Twitter icon seems larger, so let's make it smaller little bit. Yes, it seems okay. So what I will do is I will just copy this and will paste here, but we have to change the icon. Yes, it's perfectly fine. Now we need a space between these buttons, so let's have it. Let's try with 32 dp. I think this is little more. Then we need so let's try with 24. Yes, it's okay. So just I will copy it. Okay, right now our social media login buttons perfectly working, but I think toast are wrong here. Let's make it for Google, then for Twitter, and here is Facebook. And also we need a space above this row. Yes, it seems okay. Let's have a little bit more space, or 72, little more maybe. Yes, it seems okay for me. Now at last we have this row. This is the text and this is the text button, I think. So this is our end of row. Yes. Similarly, this row must be in the center horizontally inside the column. This will be bold. Also I think there will be space, but before that let's see. No, it seems not okay. I think the alignment of the children within the row is not okay. Yes, right now it seems okay, but it will be in black. And also there will be some space, so let me use this. I think the space will be little more. Okay, I have done a mistake. It will be height. That's why it's not working. Let's see. This space is less than this, so let's see how much space we have used here. This is 90 and this is 64. Of course it is less, but still it's not looks good, so let's use 48 maybe. Also it depends on the overall screen size. Yes, right now it's okay, I think. So we have implemented the whole UI as in design by proper thought process and planning. Before doing any UI implementation, first we should analyze what are the functionalities and what the UI components we have to use and also how they will be arranged. This will really help you to implement perfect UI. So that's all about our login UI design. Hope this video was helpful for you. Thanks for watching.